Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel MagnetizeOfficial. The divine masculine's experience of twin flame love is a profound, transformative journey that often stirs deep emotions, awakening a love so intense that it breaks him open. This love, though deeply felt, can overwhelm him, leading to moments of silence, retreat, or confusion. He may feel an irresistible pull towards his divine feminine, yet struggle to express the depth of his feelings. The intensity of this connection challenges his sense of control, pushing him to confront his vulnerabilities. In his quest to provide stability and security, he may distance himself, not out of indifference, but from a desire to be worthy of her love. In this podcast video, we're diving into how the divine masculine experiences twin flame love differently. We'll explore the unique ways the divine masculine feels this profound connection compared to the divine feminine. Let's jump into it. The love between twin flames operates on two main levels. First and foremost, there's the energetic bond. This is the primary, eternal connection between the twins. On top of that, we have the physical level, which involves our conscious 3D thoughts and emotions. While the energetic bond between twin flames is unbreakable and timeless, both the masculine and feminine feel this intensity deeply. This love stretches back to the very essence of our souls. But here's the twist. The way each twin experiences this connection on a conscious level can vary. That's what we're going to uncover in this episode. Sometimes I hear from wonderful divine feminine twin flames who are worried thinking, what if the divine masculine isn't feeling or returning the love I have for him? If you're one of those beautiful divine feminines with these concerns, you're not alone. What's happening is that you're questioning the masculine's feelings because although he's just as connected to this soul bond as you are, he experiences it in his own unique way. One key difference is how the divine masculine often perceives the twin flame connection and attraction. While the feminine might feel this bond deeply and emotionally, the masculine frequently interprets his initial feelings of attraction in a more physical manner. Now, when I say interprets, I mean that his attraction isn't just physical, it's a pull that affects all his energy centers, not just the root or sacral chakras. This means his experience of the connection is a full-body, energetic experience, even though it might manifest differently from how the feminine feels it. The divine masculine's attraction to the divine feminine can be incredibly intense and physical. While he is undoubtedly connected through the higher, more spiritual chakras like intuition, the soul, and the crown chakra, his initial experience is often dominated by a strong physical pull. He might think he's attracted to her physical appearance, whether it's her body or the way she carries herself. He may wonder, is it just something physical about her? However, even though he feels this attraction physically, it's really her energy that's drawing him in. Often, he might not recognize this deeper truth. This physical pull can be so powerful that he feels it even over a screen or from a distance. Whether it's through text messages or phone calls, the attraction remains palpable and tangible for him. This isn't to say the divine feminine doesn't feel a physical attraction too. She does. But for the divine masculine, this physical aspect tends to be especially overwhelming and dominant at first. Some of you might be wondering, is this really how my masculine is experiencing our connection? He hasn't shared this with me. If that's the case, remember that masculine energy often remains silent about their feelings. They may struggle to articulate the depth of their emotions, whether it's the intensity of their spiritual or physical attraction. Just because your masculine hasn't voiced these feelings doesn't mean they're not there. Even if he distances himself or denies the connection, that physical pull and attraction will always linger beneath the surface. Another way the divine masculine experiences twin flame love differently is through a profound sense of vulnerability. It's not just about being open, it's about being deeply and intensely opened up. This overwhelming love can make him feel exposed, and out of fear, he might try to rationalize or dismiss these feelings with logic. He might attempt to reason his way out of what he's experiencing with the divine feminine, but ultimately, this won't work. As we mentioned earlier, the soul bond between twin flames is unbreakable and unwavering, and no amount of logic can change that. The third way the divine masculine experiences the connection is that, even when he tries to distance himself, push the feminine away, or deny the bond, he can't escape the divine feminine. His thoughts of her, the 5D communication he feels, the dreams he has, and the visions of being with her keep pulling him back. He might try to find pieces of her in others he meets or date other people, but ultimately, he finds himself searching for her in every connection. Everything in his life seems to guide him back to where his heart truly belongs, with the divine feminine. The fourth way the masculine's experience differs is in how he expresses his love. Early on, the divine feminine often shines in the upper chakras, being more vocal, intuitive, and connected to her inner voice. She typically has a stronger throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra, which makes her more aware of the spiritual aspect of the connection. This allows her to articulate and express her feelings and spiritual connection with the masculine more clearly. Some divine feminines are even inspired to channel this love into creative outlets, like art, music, or poetry, as a way to express the depth of their feelings for their masculine. On the flip side, the divine masculine often has a stronger focus on the lower chakras, like the root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras. This means he tends to radiate a more confident, physically oriented energy at the start. Because of this, even if he doesn't say it outright, the love he feels for the divine feminine can drive him to improve his work and create more stability in his life. Whether it's pursuing a better career or seeking greater material success, this love often motivates him to build a more solid foundation. Sometimes, if the masculine feels he can't provide the material stability or support he thinks the feminine deserves, he might withdraw or go cold. This can be confusing for the feminine, but what's happening is that the masculine may feel the need to step back, because he wants to be able to offer the stability and support he believes is necessary for their future together. He might feel unready to provide that now, so he pulls away to prepare himself for a time when he can offer more. Much of this internal struggle often remains unsaid and goes unspoken. In part 1, we explored how the differences in masculine and feminine energy often come from their unique focuses in the physical world. We saw that the divine feminine usually shines in the upper chakras, the crown, third eye, and throat chakras. This gives her a natural ability to be more vocal and intuitively attuned to the divine connection, sensing it deeply through her spiritual awareness. Conversely, the divine masculine is more at ease with the lower chakras, the root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras. This gives him a stronger sense of self and a greater focus on material and physical aspects of life. His energy tends to be denser and more grounded compared to the lighter, more ethereal energy of the divine feminine. So, how does this shape the way the divine masculine experiences twin flame love differently? One key difference is that the divine masculine often expresses his admiration for the divine feminine in a quiet, reserved manner. This admiration radiates from him, creating an energetic connection that the feminine can sense deeply on a soul level. However, from a physical standpoint, this silent admiration can be frustrating for the feminine, especially when she is in a more vulnerable state. The masculine's admiration is felt more through his energy than through verbal expression, which can lead to feelings of tension and frustration. This silent admiration is particularly noticeable during times of physical separation or when communication breaks down. Part of the reason is that the masculine's throat chakra energy is often less developed, making it harder for him to articulate his feelings in the physical world. More significantly, during these times, the divine masculine may stay silent because he feels he has nothing tangible to offer the feminine. When he doesn't feel ready to fully engage or share in her light, he might come across as distant or avoidant, even though his admiration remains strong. Here's the irony. From his perspective, the divine masculine often thinks, "I admire you so much, divine feminine. Watching you step into your power and become more of who you're meant to be makes me more aware of my own shadows that I'm still working through." He doesn't want to dim your light or take away from your brilliance in any way. This mindset is very 3D focused, though. On a soul level, twin flames are perfectly in sync as energetic supporters for each other. Because they're connected through an eternal bond, there's no giving or taking. Everything just flows naturally. When one's energy shifts, the other's adjusts in harmony, keeping the connection balanced. Yet, from the divine masculine's human perspective, when he sees the divine feminine thriving, whether spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or materially, he might seem distant or silent. This can be confusing for the feminine, who might wonder, why isn't he reaching out more, celebrating my growth, or engaging with me more during this time when I'm stepping into my power? It can feel like a puzzling gap in connection when she's making strides in her journey. It's not that your work, divine feminine, isn't making a huge impact on this connection. It absolutely is. In fact, reconnecting with your true inner self is one of the most powerful ways to shift a twin flame bond. As you align more deeply with yourself, you naturally draw closer to your twin, who is essentially a reflection of your own soul. The reason the divine masculine often seems to stand on the sidelines with silent admiration is that he deeply values the idea of partnership in this connection. Unlike other forms of masculine energy, the divine masculine desires a true partnership, where both twin flames meet as equals. On a higher self level, he recognizes that you are energetically equal, essentially the same. So, he wants to contribute equally and share this connection with you. If he feels he isn't quite ready to fully show up and be that equal partner in the physical world, he might pull back in communication until he feels healed and ready to step up as your equal partner in every way. Let's dive into the second way the divine masculine experiences twin flame love differently. While this might seem unique to the divine masculine, it's actually a model of love both twins are evolving into. Unlike other forms of masculine energy, the divine masculine doesn't want to take from the feminine. I understand this might be confusing if you felt like the masculine was asking for too much, or taking from you, either energetically or emotionally. Yes, this can happen when the masculine is in a wounded state. But the key point is that when the masculine is wounded and trying to take from the feminine, it creates an intense discomfort on a soul level. This discomfort can lead to physical separation or disconnection between you. The divine masculine struggles with the traditional 3D model of relationships, where there's a give-and-take dynamic, and where the feminine sacrifices while he benefits. He feels a fundamental dissonance with this model, even if he can't put it into words. This dissonance often results in him pulling away or experiencing cycles of separation. The irony is that from his perspective, what the masculine is really doing is honoring the divine feminine. He's striving to show up fully and healed for you, even if he doesn't fully realize it. When we, as the divine feminine, find ourselves overgiving or sacrificing too much for the masculine, often out of fear of losing them or seeking validation, it can create a challenging dynamic. We might feel compelled to give more, hoping for validation or support in return. However, this kind of energy exchange, where the feminine gives excessively and the masculine remains in a disempowered state, can lead the divine masculine to pull away. On a deeper level, when he pulls away, it's actually a way to break this unbalanced cycle. It's a chance for both of you to heal separately and address these wounded energies. The ultimate goal is to reunite with a more balanced and equal partnership, based on the new paradigm of unconditional love. Twin flames are here to show us that true love doesn't involve restriction, sacrifice, or a simple give and take. It's about love in its purest, most liberated form. The divine masculine holds a deep, protective love for his divine feminine. It pains him deeply to see her over-sacrificing, giving herself away, or trying too hard to please others, including him. At his core, he wishes to see her standing strong in her own power and confidence rather than diminishing herself. This brings us to the third way the divine masculine experiences twin flame love differently. Twin flame love pushes both individuals toward their highest selves. While this growth is crucial for both, the masculine often struggles to fully step into his highest version of himself when this call comes. Typically, the feminine leads in spiritual and soul growth, while the masculine focuses more on creating stability and grounding in the physical world. Often, the divine feminine enters the twin flame journey already equipped with deep spiritual insights and experiences. She's prepared to recognize and elevate the spiritual aspect of the connection, drawing the masculine towards a higher level of spiritual awareness. Meanwhile, the divine masculine usually arrives with a strong foundation in the material world, having achieved a lot in terms of career and stability. However, he may not yet be fully ready to embrace and embody his most spiritually awakened self. Because the divine feminine is inspiring him to reach his highest, most authentic self, the divine masculine often views her as his ideal. He might even express this consciously, thinking or saying things like, "You are my ideal," or "I want it to be you in the end." Sometimes, he might make cryptic comments like, "You deserve better than me," or "I want you to find someone better," reflecting his deep recognition of her as the ideal partner who pushes him towards his best self. What he's really expressing is his awareness of the gap between where he feels he is now and the higher level of consciousness he knows you, the divine feminine, are calling him towards. He recognizes that he hasn't yet fully stepped into that ideal version of himself in the physical world. This is why he often views you as his ideal partner and envisions a life with you as his ultimate dream. On some level, he understands that this connection is pushing him to reach his most conscious, healed, and spiritually fulfilled self, not just in terms of material success, but in his overall spiritual growth. I've been picking up on a powerful wave of energy and heard a message loud and clear. If it's not soul, I don't want it. This feels like a call to many divine feminines who deeply value those soul-level connections. In fact, I sensed the word exclusively coming through. Right now, many of you might be finding yourselves drawn more to connections that resonate on that profound, soul-deep level, whether they're romantic or platonic. You might notice a growing disinterest in relationships that don't align with your deeper self, even though bored might not be the right word. You, as someone with a gift, almost like a seer, can perceive the depths of others. Yet, it's possible that you might feel unseen yourself. This can lead to intricate dynamics in relationships or friendships where someone senses your deep understanding of them, but you don't always feel the same depth of connection in return. This mismatch can sometimes create an illusion of closeness that doesn't fully reflect the reality of your connection. I'm picking up on something that feels both like a blessing and a curse, and it's a gift I've touched on in past readings. This special ability you have, divine feminine, is your knack for seeing the end from the very beginning, especially in relationships. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have this rare gift of intuitively sensing the future potential of people you meet, whether they're friends or romantic interests. This makes it hard for you to enjoy casual or fleeting connections because you're so attuned to the deeper, long-term possibilities. While we're all here to enjoy our human experiences, I know that keeping things light and surface level can be challenging for you, especially when your heart is already tuned into the bigger picture. You have a remarkable ability to pick up on dominant timeline potentials. While we can all shape our own paths and align with the frequencies we choose, there are also dominant energies that influence the likely outcomes. As a beautiful divine feminine soul, when you meet someone, you can often sense right away if they're going to play a significant role in your life. Sometimes, you might even get a feeling about whether or not the connection will flourish or falter in the long run. When you were less aware of these intuitive gifts, you might have experienced some unusual feelings about certain relationships or connections. You may have sensed that something wasn't quite right, or that someone could end up hurting you, and often you were right. This happens because you have a unique ability to perceive the potential outcomes of a relationship. This gift is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it's incredible to have such a deep, intuitive insight that helps you navigate your life with precision. You're able to dance with the rhythm of your inner voice, making choices that align with your true self. On the other hand, sensing the potential outcomes so clearly can make it hard to maintain many connections. It's like you have a built-in filter for what resonates with your soul. While it's wonderful to seek out meaningful, soul-deep connections, it can also make casual or fleeting relationships feel less fulfilling, as you naturally gravitate towards those that truly align with your inner truth. You have a remarkable ability to sense, even before meeting someone, whether they'll play a significant role in your life. Through signs and synchronicities, you often get a glimpse into the future of these relationships, how they might unfold, or even how they might end. This foresight can make you cautious about forming new connections. While your human side might crave living in the moment and pursuing relationships, your intuition may be signaling that certain connections lack depth or alignment with your soul's path. There's a certain sadness that accompanies carrying such deep, evolving energy. To truly feel loved, you need to feel seen for who you are at your core. Many people might misunderstand this about you, assuming that you fall in love based on superficial traits or similarities. In reality, for you to deeply connect with someone, they need to recognize and understand the full depth of your inner world. Only then can you truly fall in love, feeling that your entire being is genuinely acknowledged and valued. When you sense that someone doesn't match your level of consciousness or spiritual awareness, or if there's a significant disconnect that makes you feel like you're holding back or filtering parts of yourself, it can prevent you from fully falling in love or even wanting to pursue the connection. You're drawn to relationships where there's potential for deep, meaningful engagement, and if that depth isn't present, it can be hard for you to invest emotionally. This unique ability to gauge potential can be both a blessing and a curse. While you might attract a lot of attention from people who are drawn to your light and energy, or even your physical appearance, true, deep connections may be rarer for you. Your physical beauty reflects the rare essence and energy you carry, even if you've struggled with self-confidence in the past. You have a core energetic beauty that naturally attracts admiration, whether expressed or not. However, finding those genuine, long-term relationships can be challenging because you need someone who sees and understands you on all levels before you can truly feel loved and connected. For you, love and soul are deeply intertwined, making it essential that someone truly comprehends your depth before you can fully open your heart. The person who will truly capture your heart is someone who understands your soul and sees you for who you are at your deepest level. This individual resonates with your inner frequency and can connect with you on a profound level. However, there can be some tension here. It's interesting because I just felt a little bump, which could be a sign of interference or interruption. It seems like someone might be trying to be more present in your life, perhaps wanting to be a bigger part of your daily routine or your world. I'm sensing that this could be a masculine energy that's looking to deepen the connection or get closer to you. Yet, you might be unsure if this person is truly capable of fitting into your life as you need. You're getting closer to understanding yourself, which is why the indecision card has shown up upright. Some of you might be dealing with a situation involving someone who wants to be closer to you or have a deeper connection. While there's physical attraction, and perhaps even a hint of a soul connection, it feels like this connection hasn't fully developed in the 3D world. It's as if it's still only skimming the surface. Despite how long this person has been in your life, whether it's been a short time or a long time, it hasn't reached those deeper spiritual levels where you truly feel seen. You might sense that you're holding back or filtering yourself. While this person might feel close to you, you're not entirely sure if they can meet you at that deeper level. Even with mutual attraction, the connection might feel one-sided in terms of deep spiritual understanding. This message might seem a bit unusual, but if it resonates with you, please let me know in the comments. The main takeaway from your guides is to keep trusting your intuition in all areas of life, especially in your relationships, even if things don't seem clear right now. I'm feeling quite emotional because this message is so heartfelt for someone I'm connecting with. Your guides are encouraging you to continue listening to your inner voice and following your gut feelings. Be aware that particularly now or in the near future, you may find people, whether exes, old friends, or new acquaintances, coming back into your life. There's a strong energy around people wanting to express their feelings for you and make offers to get closer. You're attracting a lot of admiration and interest, so stay tuned for these connections and trust your intuition as you navigate them. You'll need to exercise discernment right now, and your guides are urging you not to let anyone or anything rush you into making decisions or diving into situations before you're truly ready. Trust your inner voice and give yourself the space to lean into that intuition. Your guides want you to reflect on how many times your intuition has steered you right in the past. One of them even playfully asked, "Has your intuition ever really led you astray?" They're reminding you that, if you look back, you'll see how often listening to your gut has guided you perfectly, even when you didn't fully understand why you were making certain choices. So, what else do you, beautiful divine feminine, need to know right now? Interestingly, this reading turned out to be more of a spontaneous download rather than a traditional card reading. We only pulled one card, the indecision card from the emotions deck. I hope this intuitive insight has offered some clarity and support for you in your current situation. We also have the Queen of Pentacles showing up, which brings an important message from your guides. You're radiating a powerful, abundant energy right now. This abundance is drawing your desires to you from all directions, including in love and romance. When you start receiving offers or hearing from people, even those from your past, it's a sign that your high-frequency energy is attracting positive changes and opportunities. You'll be presented with many choices and options, and it's crucial to use discernment as you navigate them. While this reading has focused a lot on love, this applies to all areas of your life: work, finances, friendships, and the environments you choose. Embrace this abundance and remember to trust your intuition as you make decisions and explore new possibilities. That wraps up this podcast for today. I hope something here really resonated with you. If you're interested, we could definitely dive into a part 3 of this series. I know many of you are eager to explore how the Divine Masculine experiences and perceives the twin flame connection, especially from the perspective of the Divine Feminine. As we conclude this reading, if you found it meaningful, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our wonderful community here on YouTube. You can also connect with me on Instagram at MagnetizeOfficial. Sending you all my love today. Take care, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next reading. Exciting news! We're thrilled to announce that channel membership is now available. By joining, you'll get exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and special access to our community. It's a fantastic way to support the channel and get even more out of your experience with us. Click the Join button to explore the membership options and see what exciting benefits await you. We can't wait to welcome you to our growing family and share more amazing content together.